Many teachers get into teaching as a profession to make a difference in their students' life and their future. They work so hard to embrace the responsibilities placed on them to ensure that those students study in a safe and a productive environment under their supervision. They implement and plan, educate, provide educational activities and events. They plan all the events. They also plan and develop, they give out tests and assignments. Teachers make sure that your kids learns how to read and write so that they can have a written and verbal communication and skills, which will make them, in future, it will make them to excel in any professions they choose in life. That's what teachers do. That's what teachers do. As you can see that they have a lot in their hands. Teachers, they have a lot in their hands. Mind you, there are many teachers, their parents as well. Some of them, they have their own kids. They have their own family. They are the first to arrive in school. They are the last to leave. They come early, they leave late. They make sure that the classrooms are clean. They make sure the classrooms are tidy. They make sure that everything is in order, everything is in place before they will leave, before they will go home. Why am I pointing out all this? As a parent, just because you paid your child's school fees, you took your child to a private school, you choose the most expensive school to send your child, you want your child to be educated. That's your right as a parent. Should those teachers also take the role of a parent? So the question I'm asking this evening is as simple as this. Are teachers taking the role of parents? Are teachers taking the role of parents? Welcome to Wano. This is a program that we do every Friday, 7 p.m. UK time. If this is the first time you are coming across Wano, please don't fail to like a program, share this program, and also subscribe. We are live on Wano on YouTube. We are live on Wano on Facebook page. We're also live on Twitter, Wano_JJ. You can watch, you can follow us on any of those platforms. Once again, welcome. We are discussing about teachers and parents. I'm just asking, do you know why teachers are replacing parents? It's a responsibility of parents that they have to make sure that they provide for their kids. Parents have to make sure they provide for their kids. They provide food, clothing. They make sure that they take them to school. They look for some parents because of their financial capability. They look for private schools. They look for the best schools to send their kids and all that, which they paid expensive money just to educate their children, to make sure that their children, they're safe, they have a supervision, they're in a good environment. Parents, they provide for their kids. Those are parents' responsibility. So most times parents, they look for the best schools to send their children. And once they send their children to the best schools, most of those best schools pay a lot of money. They charge money just to make sure that those children are educated, taught them in the right way. That's what they do. But what is happening these days? Many parents are, I think, they are trying to allow teachers to fill the void that parents are vacating in their kids' life. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Teachers, most times you see, like I said to you, they get to school early. They are the first to be in school. They organize, make sure that everything is in place before the children they will arrive. They will be there. So because most parents, they are working. So what they do in the morning, very early in the morning, maybe they will drop off their kids to school. Sometimes they put them in early breakfast. They make sure that they bring their kids there and all that. There are teachers there to take care, to handle, to make sure that those kids are okay. And now, what you have to understand, sometimes, because there are teachers there to take care of those kids, some parents are becoming lazy. You find out that in the morning, they don't even dress the kids properly because they believe that as a teacher there, the teacher will make sure that those kids are okay. So the teacher will do what? They will dress dress the child, make sure that the child they eat and all that. Okay. Sometimes you see that some kids they will not even eat in the morning. They will not have their breakfast. And parents believe that teachers they will take care of that. I don't know if I'm communicating, but it is the duty of the parents to make sure that their kids have something to eat in the morning, to make sure that the kids shower in the morning, they take their bath before they leave home. Most of the parents are not doing all those stuff. What they do, they will just grab the children, take them to school because they believe that the teachers take care of that. They don't even iron their clothes. See their kids, some of the clothes are untidy, shoes the same. Sometimes the kids will not even brush their teeth because some of the parents, they are rushing to work. They'll tell you that they are late. They'll just drop off their kids and then boom, they zoom off. They're going to, then they believe that the teachers will take over from there. That's what they do. Why the teachers, roles of the teachers is to prepare. They prepare for the, even before they get to school in the morning, they're already prepared for all that they're going to teach the next day. So they prepared for everything. Now getting to school, they have a lot of children they have to like take care of. They have a lot of children they have to monitor. And upon that, they are trying now to feed your child. They're trying now to do what? Make sure that your child's clothes are tidy. All that. As a parent, that's supposed to be your role. That's supposed to be your responsibility. Parents are not doing that because they paid a lot of money. They paid expensive money. They believe that the school is expensive. It's a private school. So because of that, they paid money. So the teachers have to do all of that. And most of the teachers, like I said, they have their own family. They wake up in the morning, they come into school to teach, just to making sure that the children have a good education. But looks like some parents are taking advantage of that. They're taking advantage of that because they paid money. Or in quote, the school is a private school. So because of that, they're taking advantage of that. They're not doing anything anymore. All they do is just early in the morning, they just drop off their kids to school. Then they zoom off and go to their work or go to their job, do whatever they want to do. And they believe that the teachers, they will do everything. They don't even, some of the girls, they're little girls, they don't plait their hair, they don't arrange their hair, they don't comb their hair, nothing, because they are rushing. I said to you, they are rushing. They don't want to get late to work. Now is the duty of the teachers to teach those kids and also comb their hair, do their hair. That's what we're asking this evening. The line is open. I would like you to tell me. And just ask it. Are teachers taking the role of parents? Also, do you know why teachers are replacing parents? These are questions I want you to help me to answer. The line is open. The line is free. Call one on now on +44 744 982 3876. Call now. The line is free. The line is free. I would like you to call me. I want to know the reason why some parents are allowing teachers to become parents. They're allowing teachers to take over the role of parents. Well, you can understand that many teachers, because of that, some of them, they are leaving the profession because it's becoming too hard for them. There's a lot of job for them to do. They have to mark tests, they have to mark all the students, all the people they have in their classes, to make sure that each one of them understand whatever the teacher is teaching. They're making sure that their eyes is on all of them. Sometimes you find out that a teacher might have 15, 13, 20 people in a class that they have to teach. Upon that, some parents will still drop off their kids in the morning without giving them food, no breakfast, nothing. And those kids will come to school, they'll be crying. They'll be crying because they're hungry. Because of what? They're hungry. They are disturbing other students. Now the teacher that's supposed to teach in a class, making sure that other students, other people, they learn. The teacher will now turn to what? Become a childminder, making sure that they'll know if the child has eaten, what is the problem with the child, and all that. Why the parents are already gone. They zoom off with their car. They're going to their job. They're going to their work. They're going to their anywhere they want to go to. It's no more their problem because they paid school fees. They will say to you that they paid school fees. When you ask some of them, they will ask you, why am I paying all those expensive money? It's part of it. Now, the teachers are doing the role of a teacher, at the same time doing the role of what? Parents at the same time. And I want to ask, why are teachers taking the role of parents? Why are they taking the role of parents? Because the way things are going, many of teachers that got their BSc, got their, maybe they went through educational sector, they just went down through that route. just to get their certificate or whatever they do to become teachers. And in their mind, why they are there, they want to do or make a difference in those people's life. They want to make a difference in their students' life. Now, their job to teach, to make sure that those kids have their homework, they have events in school, all of that. You know what I'm talking about? Teachers' role, their responsibilities, their duties. They do all of that. They mark all the books, they set the tests, they teach them. At the same time, they want to make sure that the class is calm and in a good environment for the kids to learn. All of that is what maybe one or two teachers, they're thinking, making sure that 13, 14 kids can be quiet, be calm, to listen and learn, whereby one kid at home, some parents cannot even handle one kid at home, but a teacher is handling 13 of them, 15 of them, 20 of them, just one teacher. Upon that, they will leave home very early in the morning. They get to school very early before everyone to make sure that the classes are in order. The classes are clean. They put all everything that they want to teach. They put everything in order. Make sure that the kids, they have their books. They have everything for them to concentrate, to do what, to learn. All of that. They put in all those things in place. And most of those teachers, they have their own kids because some of them are parents. They have their own kids. They make sure there are kids. Maybe they are not going in the same school where they are teaching. They make sure that they dress their kids that early in the morning. Sometimes they drop them off. Then they have to rush to go to school. Upon all that, they will still come back when they come to school. Some parents will just come and drop off their kids just like that. Some of those kids, they've not eaten. They didn't even dress them properly. Some of the kids, you see them, they're crying because they're hungry. Why their parents? They're going to work. Now, the teacher is the one going to handle all that. The teacher has to teach. He's planning to have to teach. At the same time, it has to find a way to make that child that is crying to close his or her mouth so that the other kids will learn. So the line is open, like I said to you. Why is it that some parents are doing all those stuff? They're doing that. I understand that some schools, some private schools, some schools that they charge a lot of money. Yes, some parents, they pay a lot of money just to send their children to school. But does it give them the right to leave their responsibilities for teachers, for them to handle? The line is open. Call me. I want to know. Because the way things are going, many parents, maybe they will start having, in future, they'll be having maybe home teaching, because many teachers are leaving their profession because their job is too hard for them. It's getting too hard. It's getting difficult for them to handle. And why? That's the reason why I'm asking this evening. Why? Do you know why teachers are replacing parents? Why are they replacing parents? Why is it that they're taking the role of parents? Parents will drop off their children early in the morning, and most times they will not come back when the school is finished. They will not come. You see them. School finish around 3. Sometimes maybe 2:30. You will not see them till 6 o'clock as they're rushing, they're coming down. And they will say, well, I'm sorry, traffic, something hold up from office. Those teachers will not leave because they will stay there. They will stay with those kids because it's their responsibility to make sure that those kids, they will still go back home. They will not leave those kids and go. They will stay there. Like I said to you, most of those teachers have their own kids. They have their own children. Maybe they're supposed to go and pick them somewhere because they are there now becoming a childminder. They are taking care of your child. They can't do that. They cannot go. Why? Why are some parents taking the mickey? Why are they taking advantage of that? Because they paid money for school fees. Why? And I'm asking as well, are teachers taking the role of parents? They keep them waiting. Sometimes they'll be waiting for parents to come to pick their kids, to pick their children. They'll be waiting. Those children have not eaten. After school, they have not eaten. They don't have their lunch with them. They're supposed to go home. Nothing. Now the teacher have to find a way. Sometimes they use their money to buy biscuits, to buy snacks, to feed those kids. Upon that, when the parents comes and the teacher want to explain to them why are you supposed to be here since to pick your child or whatever, they sometimes take advantage of that. You see that they're abusing them. They can talk to them anyhow they want. If I didn't pay the school fees, you think they will pay you? If I didn't pay the school fees, you think that you're going to be here to teach my kids? If I didn't pay school fees, you think that they will say a lot of things because they are parents, because they paid school fees. So I'm still asking, are parents leaving teachers to do the role of parents now? Having in mind the teachers, what they are there supposed to do is to teach. When they teach the kids, they finish school, they will go through what that they teach. If they give the children assignment or if they give them tests, they have to go through those tests and do the corrections so that when the kids come the next day, they will give them the correction, tell them what they're supposed to do. Now, the teacher will not do that because he's there minding your child. The teacher is finished teaching. Now the teacher has been there now, becoming a childminder. She's minding your child, waiting for you to come to pick your child. So that's what I'm asking. Why? Some of them, some teachers, some of them, yes, they volunteer. Maybe they'll find out, maybe if you have spare time, they will help your kids for the homework. They will go teach them, find a way to support them. But that is not mainly their role. Their role to teach. As a parent, once your kids come back from school, you're supposed to make out time to check their books if there's any homework to help them out from that. Even if you can't help them, tell them what to do, how to do it. Make out time to know what is happening in those children's life. But most parents don't have the time because they paid a lot of money for school fees. They believe the teachers to have to do that. The teachers have to do that because they paid for it. So when the children, they finish school, they go home, the homework, they will still bring the homework back to school the next day because they can't do the homework because there's no one there to help them to do it. There's no one here to help them to do it because the parents don't care because they go to work in the morning, then they will come back very late at night when the kids are sleeping. Sometimes you even see some of them, they don't even see their kids throughout the week, and they see them maybe on Saturday. They don't know much, nothing. So that's what I'm asking. It's just, you have to understand something. In this program, this is a family program that we discuss every time. We discuss a lot of topics. We discuss mainly things about families. Yeah, we talk about family issues for us to learn from that. We can amend our ways. We can if there's ways things that you're doing that you're not doing right, then you can find ways to amend. But what I'm saying is this: many teachers are complaining about the work, heavy loads of work they're doing, marking the books. They don't have time to do that anymore because now they are turning them to child minding. They're all child minders now. Some of them becoming, I don't know. Instead of them to teach, they're not teaching anymore. They are taking care of kids. Things that parents are supposed to do, parents are not doing them. They're just leaving it for teachers to do. They still mind the child after minding the children. They still teach after teaching. They wait after school for parents to come and pick them up. And sometimes the parents, they will not come for hours, 3 hours after school. Teachers will be there waiting for them to come. Because of what? The parents, they paid a lot of money. They paid a lot of money to send their kids to a private school, to send their kids to any school they want because they paid the money. So the money that they paid is now what they are looking at. So whatever you want to talk to them about, they will say to you that they've paid so much money to send their kids to that school. And because of that money, those children have to learn, yes. At the same time, the teachers have to do what? Become childminders. So, what is the role of a parent? If they cannot help their children in homework, they cannot dress the children properly in the morning to take them to school, they cannot come and pick them in the afternoon, they don't give them food in the morning before they go to school, no breakfast. So, what is it the role of the parents then? What is the parent supposed to do? What is going on? Say teachers help in homework. Parents don't bother. They don't care because they pay for it. They don't care about that. Then you find out that sometimes now, some of the parents, some of the teachers now, the parents they turn those teachers now to become therapists. Instead of teaching the children, they turn them to therapists. A lot of things because you find out the kids, some of the children, they're worried. They go home, they don't do their homework. They don't even know what to do. In a class of 13 children, 13 of them or 15 of them, only one teacher handling all of that. How will she or he concentrate? Well, how the teacher concentrate to make sure that those children, all of them, they learn at the same time? How? When one of them is crying, showing tantrums. Why? Because the child is hungry. He didn't eat. He didn't have any breakfast. He didn't have any breakfast because the mom or the dad dropped them off. They are rushing to work. They don't care about that. Is the duty, is the problem of the school. It's not their problem because they already pay for the school fees. The child is crying. Other kids will not listen. There's no way they will concentrate to learn. The teacher has to do something. Have to do something. Sometimes they don't even know what is the problem of the child. They don't know that the child is hungry. Because there are some children that you ask them, they won't tell you anything because they are ashamed to tell you that they are hungry, that they didn't eat in the morning because their mom or their dad paid school fees, expensive school fees. They just drop them off in the morning and just zoom off. Why? I want you to let me know why. Why parents are leaving teachers now to do their job for them. Why are teachers taking the role of parents? Why? They teach. After teaching, they do other things for them. Why? Even if we give them, if there's schools that have bathing facilities, shower or something, you find that you see that teachers, some of them will do what? Taking children bath in the morning, putting their clothes. Why? They are teachers to teach. They're in everything now. They're not changing them, doing a lot of things because parents, they paid a lot of money. They paid school fees, expensive school fees, expensive school fees. Yeah, I paid a lot of money. Do you know how much I paid every session to send my daughter, to send my son to that school? A lot of money. I paid a lot of money. So because of that, what do you expect them to do? They do nothing anymore for those kids. They don't do nothing anymore for them at all. It's left with the teachers now to teach them, to change their clothes, feed them. At the same time, wait for the parents to come late, 4 hours, 3 hours, to pick their kids after school because you paid expensive school fees. It gives you the right and the privilege to do that. Hello, welcome to Wano.
Hello, sir.
Hello,
Yeah, good evening, sir.
well, good evening.
I'm Victor Ofondo, calling from Nigeria.
Hello, Victor. Welcome.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate that. The
Yeah,
question
no
we're asking
problem.
is just a simple question. Why are teachers taking the role of parents?
Yeah, I think down here in Nigeria, the parents feel that it's their utmost responsibility to send their kids to a big school, not minding the fees, the pays and all that. Because they feel like if they don't do that, if they send their kids to secular schools and all that, they've failed. So this prompt them to take up extra jobs to meet up with the expenses and all that,
Mhm.
making them um busy and unavailable for their kids. And beside the school authority has PTA,
Mhm.
where the parents and teachers discuss about their welfares and all that.
Mhm.
So I think if the teachers complain, I think during that PTA meeting is when they voice out and they settle the issue.
Mhm.
Yeah, because the teachers in turn will feel like maybe their salary is good, they pay them well, so they try to adjust in and endure the stress.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the parents as well, they kind of feel like they fulfill their responsibility, like send their children to a big school, and sometimes they don't they don't really have time for their kids in terms of homework, dressing up the kids and all that. Sometimes traffic down here can be really bad. you know Parents might kind of try to come and pick his kid in school, and the traffic will be very bad. Like in Lagos here,
Mhm.
traffic, you can stay like 3 hours on the road, you know.
Mhm.
So that will make the parents not to come on time to pick the child from school after dismissal. And I think with this
Yeah,
is the reason why the parents are not.
I understand. I understand. I understand where you're coming from because I know there are some
Yeah,
schools. There are some schools that they have after school club. Sometimes, like
yeah,
they will charge the parents the money together, inclusive with the
yeah,
school fees and everything. After school club, after school, the children will stay at the
yeah,
after school. They stay there because they know that
yeah,
those parents they are very busy. They cannot come back till after maybe 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. So they with
yeah,
that, the school will tell them from the day one that yes, we have after school club and this is how much it is and all that. That
yeah,
one is inclusive.
yeah,
Then they pay. They'll pay for that. That one I
yeah.
know. I
They
understand that.
pay.
Yes, but
Yeah,
what I'm saying is that okay, because this school already provide an avenue for the children to stay.
yeah,
Does it give the parents the right because they paid a lot of money, they pay for that just to like make sure maybe in the morning they don't dress their kids anymore. They don't even like dress them properly. They will just send them out there. Some parents you see them, they just drop off the kids. They're running because they are running late. Understand? Now
yeah, 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 yeah,
they're leaving only the teachers now to make take responsibility of parenting. I don't know if I'm
yeah,
communicating because as a parent, you have a role to play in your kids' life
yeah,
because
yeah,
those little time that you spend with them, teaching and like dressing their hair, putting their clothes on, make sure that their clothes is ironed and all that, then asking them how their day is gonna be, those children will
yeah,
cherish that little moment that you still spend with them, maybe 1 hour or 30 minutes like, before you drop them off school. And you find out that the teachers now stay with the children more than the parents.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm communicating what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah. I get you.
Yeah, you get to what I'm saying. Yeah. So what I'm asking is,
Yes, yes, sir.
you find out that now most of the the children will not even, they don't really, most of them don't talk to their parents anymore because they are very close now to their teachers and they're even their friends around there. The parents don't know more any much things anymore about with their kids. And that is what as are fighting a lot of families. They find out this generation, most of them, their parents don't even know anything about them anymore. I don't know if I'm communicating.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
don't. I understand that yes, they pay a lot of money, they all those kind of things, but without warrant the parents now to hand over the responsibility of a parent to teachers. That's what I'm
um,
that's what I'm trying to like, that's what I'm asking because you find out that yes, the schools they collected the money. Yes, but most of those
yeah,
teachers now complaining because they are doing double job. They are paid to teach the children to study. They teach them and all that. Now, but because of the money parents paid, teachers now are doing double job. They pay, they teach the children, and now after that they still become child minders. And
yeah,
most of them are leaving the profession because of that, because of work, a lot of workload for them.
yeah, yeah. From my own idea, I don't think um is enough reason for the parents to kind of be absent in their child's welfare
Mm-hmm.
in terms of academics. Because number one, the parents should be the first teacher of the child.
That's what now you're
You
talking.
understand me?
Yes.
Yeah, the parents should be the first teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no matter the work stress and all that. In fact, he or she should be able to sacrifice, make out time for his or her kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes.
if even if it takes um some part of the job the parents do, because most of them take 2 or 3 jobs,
Mm-hmm.
to meet up. I don't think is enough because the child needs the parents more. The
Yes.
child needs the parents more.
Mm-hmm.
So if it will cause the parents, change school for the child in order to make up time for the child,
Mm-hmm.
I think it will go a long way, because children of nowadays they really need their parents.
Uh,
They need their parents.
now
There
you're
are a lot of
talking.
things.
Yes.
There there are a lot of things a parents will teach his or her child that the teacher won't teach
No.
the child.
Mm-mm. No.
Yeah, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things.
Mm.
The teacher is just there to, do his or her job and collect his or her pay and go. But the parent is the person that, the child will spend like most of his life with. So they, is what they sacrifice, no matter what. The parents shouldn't,
That,
kind of
but most of the
skip.
you said something. You said that the parents is a person that the child will spend most of their time with. I don't think so
Yeah,
because, like what you just said earlier, most of those parents you see them in the morning, they will leave very early in the morning. And some of them they will come back very late at night. They will not even see those children. The person that's
yeah,
staying with those children throughout the day
I-
for like 12 to 14 hours is the teachers. In the night, once the
yeah,
parents, some of them they come back late at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 8:30. The children they already asleep. Some of them
yeah,
they have mates. They have mates at home. So the
yeah,
children will stay with the mates. The parents will come back anytime they want to come back. So in the morning, they drop off the kids. The kids will stay with the teachers. After that, then
yeah,
the maid will bring them and keep them at home. The parents will not see them up until
yeah,
weekends. Then they will stay with them. And most times they don't even care. They don't know what is happening with them. They don't know about their schools. They don't know nothing. Understand? So because
yeah,
they paid so much money for their school fees and
yeah,
all that, so they believe that this responsibility of the teachers now to take care of all of that. Then the parental duties now is gone. Those
yeah,
children don't know nothing about their parents. They don't even know nothing about their mom or their dad. Even their parents don't know nothing about their kids. And when those kids they start
yeah,
misbehaving, they will say, "No, it's not my child," and they be
yeah,
surprised when they see their kids smoking, doing some other dirty things they do online or on
yeah.
Facebook or something, and they'll be like, "No, that is not my child." How do you know, even know your child? They don't know their children.
They don't.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. I appreciate your
Yeah,
calling.
yeah. Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
appreciate. Yeah,
Yeah, my pleasure, sir.
that's all. Thank you. Yeah, the line is as is vacate. The line you can call me. I want you to call me. I want to know why. I want to know the reason why teachers are taking the role of parents. I want to know that. The gentleman I just called said that, yeah, because parents, some of them they are occupied, and most times where they work is very far. Before they will come back, they hold up traffic and everything will make them to come late. And because of that, some of them they look for the school that have after school club or something. Then they will keep their children there. Those children will stay at the club and all that. That is okay, because if you do your job in the morning as a parent, make sure that your child has a food to eat, he has a breakfast. The child take his or her own bath, he take bath, he make sure that they're okay, he dress them properly, iron their clothes and all of that. He do their hair, comb their hair, brush their hair if it's a lady, make sure that if it's a girl, make sure that everything is fine. Change their clothes, make sure their clothes are neat. As a parent, you do all of that. Then you drop your kids in the morning. Then the school already know that, yes, you come later in the day because where you're working is very far and all that. That's okay. You're doing your parental duties. And also help them do their homework. Find out if they have a homework, if there's something that they have to know. Because as a parent, even if you don't know the maths or you don't know the English or something, for you to sit down with them just to like look into their books, asking them what they did in school, asking them how their day was, all of that will go a long way. The child will never forget it. They will never forget it. But leaving everything for the teachers to handle, leaving everything for the teachers to help them in the homework, leaving everything for the teachers to feed their children, leaving everything for the teachers. They will stay in the afternoon to wait for you to come to pick your kids, and while you're running late for 2 hours and all that. Having in mind that teachers, they have to supervise the classes to ensure that all students are learning in a safe and productive environment. They are learning in a safe environment. That is their job. They have a lot of things they do. They have a lot in their hands already. Also, I said that some of those teachers, some of them, their parents as well, they have their own kids. What time would they have to take care of their kids? They leave school, they leave home very early in the morning to come to school to make sure that the classes are neat and tidy. Sometimes there are some schools, they employ cleaners. Cleaners will clean the whole place. Right. The cleaners will clean, but the teacher have to place everything in order in the table and everything so the children is going to be easier for them to pick whatever they want to do, any event they want to do. He or she will arrange all of that. That's the reason why they come out early. They plan what they're going to teach that day. If there's a test, they will plan how to do that. Mind you that after the school, they will still have to go through those books to make sure that they correct everything. They mark the test. Sometimes they will not even finish doing that. They will still take it home. And they will be at home marking the book, the test, and everything before they will sleep. Sometimes midnight. They have their own kids. It's their duty as a parent to take care of their own kids as well. Now, they don't have time for that because they are marking your children tests. Upon that, they will still come the next morning to meet your child crying because the child didn't eat, because the parents didn't have time to give their child breakfast in the morning. If you are the teacher, how will you cope with that kind of job? How will you cope? In what way can you handle the pressure? In what way can you handle the pressure? No matter doesn't matter how much money they're paying you. How are you going to handle the pressure? So when you see most of them leaving the profession, they're leaving looking for something else different, something that they can be somewhere. They know that, yes, they can have time to take care of their kids. They have time to see their own children. And there's nobody there shouting at them. When they come for parents meeting, you see parents shouting at them. They're cursing them because they're paying so amount of money for school fees. If there's no teachers to teach your children, will you do that? And that is something that most people don't really understand. I understand maybe it's not, this topic is something that maybe many people don't talk about it. I know that because to them maybe it's nothing because they already pay for the school. No, think about it. Put yourself into the teacher's shoe. Many of them are leaving the profession. Many of them are leaving the profession because it's becoming too hard. They're having workload, a lot for them, workload. After planning for the assignment, after planning for the test, after making notes, after supervising the classes and making sure that every child is okay, all that, they will still organize the suppliers, organize the rulers, organize the books, organize that, organize this one. And the child is pointing their hands up. They don't understand what the teacher taught that day. The teacher will make a time to teach them, let them make sure that they understand a bit. And one is there, they're making noise. Someone at the back, they are shouting at each other. The teacher making sure that they are in calm, everything is in order. At the same time, that teacher, the same teacher, is still going to turn his or herself to a childminder. Come on. What is the parents doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? When you lose the best teachers, it will affect the children. It will affect their learning. It will affect their upbringing. It will affect everything. And some of the parents, they don't even have more time. They don't have time now to spend with their kids because they handed them over to the teachers to handle. That's what we're discussing this evening. Do you know why teachers are replacing parents? Do you know why? Do you know the reason why? The line is open. Call me. I want you. Just 1 minute, 2 minutes. Call me. Let me know why. Let me know why. Most of you, if you remember the days you were in school, when you went to primary school or secondary school, how stubborn you were. Think about how stubborn you were. If you think about your days in school, how stubborn you were, how the teachers handled the situation and all that might be a little bit different compared to how things are going now, because now some parents, they a lot of money, they struggle, they make sure that they send their kids to one of the best private schools for them to learn. And because of that, they have that, they have that, what they call it, they have that mentality of they can do whatever they want. Entitlement. They have that entitlement because they paid a lot of school fees. So it's not their problem. The teachers have to teach, make sure that the children learn. They have to make sure. So they don't care about the homework anymore. It's not their business anymore. They don't even bother. They don't even care about that. Teachers have to do that for them. And some of them, they are abusing the privilege they got from the school. The school make avenue for you to bring your child in the morning. They make an avenue for you to leave your children for after school. Now you're taking advantage of it. Now you're abusing it. You're supposed to, school might be finishing 5 o'clock, but you're coming there around 8 p.m. 8 p.m. expecting the ghost to keep your child for you, because you know that they will stay and take care of those children. They would stay there and make sure that you are there. Understand? So why are teachers replacing parents? That's what we're discussing. Why? Why are they taking the role of parents? So what are parents doing? That's what we're discussing this evening. And if it's the first time you're joining us for the first time, if it's the first time you're coming across one, like I said at the beginning, please don't forget to like the program, share the program. All that we discuss about is parental issues, sometimes family issues, problems that parents face every day. That we're discussing. Like this evening, we're discussing about teachers, because most of those teachers are parents as well. Some of them, even if they are not parents, sometimes they are planning to have their own kids in future. Maybe they are single, but they believe that they will get married and have their own kids, or they believe that they have boyfriend or girlfriend, they have kids tomorrow. They are all of them the same. It's a family issues. That's why they're going to school, to teach your kids. But why the parents taking advantage of that, taking the privilege that they give to them, having in mind that teachers have a lot of work in their hands. They have a lot in their hands. Trying to prepare a lesson, they're trying to plan and prepare and educate your kids. They're trying to do that every day. But parents are making them to do their work for them. The workload is making some of them to leave the profession. Have you even thought about if they have time to relax, if they have time for themselves, if they have time to meet their friends, if they have time, stay with their family, if they have time to do things like all normal people, just normal. Because after school, they are there till 11 p.m. at night. If you're doubt what I'm saying, go to the school, pop in there and check. They will be the first to come and they will be the last to go. As you're picking your kids going home, they're still back, they are there. Some of them, they go home late, very late. And even when they get home, they will still be doing school work because they are marking the test. They're marking all the assignments up to 11 p.m., 12 p.m., 12 a.m. in the morning. The same. They're doing all of that just to make sure that your children learn. But taking advantage of that privilege is something that is not right. Because when you lose a good teacher, it's very hard to replace them. It's very hard to replace. And if your child loses a good teacher, it's going to be very, very hard for them to learn as well. If you're with us to this time, I want to say thank you so much for joining us this evening. Understand? And don't forget to follow us on all of our handles. We're on Twitter, _JJ on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. One on YouTube. We'll have one on Facebook, Twitter, _JJ on Twitter. Thank you. Listen to one. I'll see you guys again next weekend. Same time, 7 p.m. You've got Tyrese. Thank you and God bless.